Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Irene and I recently went to Korea and did a makeup lesson and bought a whole ton of stuff. So today I am going to be doing a K-beauty haul slash get ready with me. So I feel like based on that makeup lesson, I have been doing my makeup wrong like this entire time, and I still feel like I'm not quite there yet. Like I am still watching back the video sometimes to try and like figure out exactly what they did and their like hand strokes and everything, but I feel like I have had a little bit of practice now, and so probably better than what I started with to begin with. So before even starting with any makeup, we have to prep our skin and make sure that it is nice and moisturized, and this has been the toner that has been super popular in Korea, and I of course had to get a bottle of it to try it out. So basically you want to like lift your face as you're using the toner and everything, so in like sweeping motions. And then you want to make sure that you moisturize your face. So this was the one that they used when I did my makeup lesson. I have not opened it yet because I already have like a moisturizer open, and so I don't want to have like too many things open at once and worry about them expiring. So I'm just going to be using my regular Clinique Moisture Surge. This one is, I feel like, not quite as moisturizing, especially for the winter time. It's great for summer. It's like light. I really like it for that reason. I feel like my skin does get very dry if I'm not careful about it. The one that they recommended me is definitely a lot more moisturizing, and I feel like really locks in the moisture. It's also a little bit more greasy in my opinion, which this one is not, and this is why I like it, but I feel like maybe I just need something a little bit more greasy to lock in that moisture. And then I'm also going to go on with this one as well. This one has a little bit of SPF. This one I feel like helps to lock in that moisture, and really I just get all of these like free samples, so I have to find a way to use them every time I buy like my Clinique staples. And then of course we have to protect our skin from the sun, so I'm going in with this sunscreen. This is the one that they used at the makeup lesson. I don't feel like I've seen anyone else use it. I know that like the Beauty of Joseon is like super popular, but I feel like this one is just as good, and I got Steven onto this one as well. It's just very light. It locks in the moisture and it doesn't leave any white cast either. So I feel like this one is really good. And then now once our skin is prepped, we go ahead and put on our foundation. So I did not buy foundation when I was in Korea, and I probably should have, but I feel like I was so overwhelmed by the different choices, and I also feel like in my day-to-day I don't use foundation. Like when I'm going to work, I don't bother with foundation. I feel like it's just something that I worry about, like it looking cakey, my skin getting dry underneath, and you know, like the hospital, wearing masks and all that stuff. So I no longer wear foundation to work. So I was just like, I don't feel like I use it enough to buy something new. So I'm still using my old Clinique foundation, and this one I feel like has been a little bit better with my skin, at least like in terms of like the cakiness, the dryness, like the flaking off type of thing. Other thing that I bought in Korea is I bought a bunch of brushes. So I went to Revor, it's a makeup brush store in Hongdae, and I bought a bunch of brushes, and I literally bought so much that they gave me this free like carrying case to go along with it. I have several brushes in here, and the store employees and owners like really helped me to like pick the different brushes, and they showed me like how to use them and which ones were the best for doing what. And so for foundation they recommended this one, and basically it's just like a really like thin brush. So like when you put on the foundation, it spreads it evenly basically across your face. That's one thing that is like super different, is I feel like I used to use like a sponge, but now I'm like all about using the brush. And I feel like it just like helps with like evening out the coverage. I've not practiced using my foundation in a while, so I'm out of practice for sure. I have to go back and watch the video. I don't remember like where they started and how they did it. But they also mixed the foundation with a liquid concealer, which I was unable to find when I was in Korea. I really wanted like a liquid concealer, but all of the ones I saw were like either this putty or just like your regular stick concealer, and then they had like the ones that come in the little tubes, but like nothing that came in like a squeezable, which is what I wanted to like mix with the foundation. So foundation is completed. I feel like I have like some sort of filter on this camera to where it like smooths out my face a lot more, and I haven't found out how I can turn it off. So I feel like my skin looks smoother than it actually is. The foundation goes on pretty smoothly after like the sunscreen and everything. I feel like the oils really like kind of help it, but we will see what happens in a couple of hours, because I feel like the 2 to 3 hour mark is when things start to get a little like cakey. I feel like I don't use foundation because I don't understand the purpose for me. This is a brag, but I feel like I have like pretty good skin and I don't have anything that I need to necessarily cover up with foundation. Like I don't really have any dark spots or anything. So I just like feel like I don't understand putting on this one extra thing. Moving on, I feel like they did eyeshadow next, and I feel like I do my makeup in a completely different order. We will go in with this brush to do the base, I guess base coat of the eyeshadow. And I have this palette here that I bought. It's from Peri Peri and it is the All Take Mood palette, and I think it's like the cool tone one. These are the colors that I have because I'm more of like a cool tone based on my color analysis that I did in Taiwan earlier this year. And when I bought it, it did come with like one of these. So I haven't used this at all, but it's just like a little shimmery thing. I have been loving like shimmer lately in eyeshadow. For the base, we went with this color. Something like very like neutral and plain, I guess. And something that I saw the makeup artist doing was like they would do this like weird like twisting thing to kind of get more powder, but they taught me that I'm supposed to tap it because otherwise you get too much powder on here. So you want to do like a tap 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 situation, and then there's like there's powder like flying everywhere now on my desk. You want to make sure that you don't get like too much product on because then it like falls on your face. So and I'm totally getting the brush strokes wrong, I feel like. Next, you go in with like a smudger brush. So this is the one that I got from the makeup brush store. And then you do a slightly like darker color. So we're doing this one. This one right here. And I feel like this palette, it just like, the powder just picks up so much easier than my naked palette. I'm like digging my brush into the powder. I don't know if it's just because of like, I do use a different brush with a naked palette. So this one I feel like you're supposed to like do it on your crease. I don't really have a crease, so I kind of just go like up halfway and then I like try and blend it in with the rest of it. And then you start working on your eyeliner. So you take like a really thin like eyeliner brush. I didn't buy one when I was in Korea just because I feel like I had this one and this is like adequate. And then you'll use this color right here. And this one is actually like not like a powder. It's more of like a gel consistency, which is really nice about this palette. And I didn't find that on any other palette. I don't even think that the camera can pick up the subtleties, but it's like not a powder, it's like a gel. And so you kind of do your like eyeliner guideline with this. And I'm like so horrible at doing this. I feel like the other thing that I noticed was they kind of start like midway on the eye instead of all the way in the corner, because I am so used to doing all the way in the corner and I sometimes do that anyways. And then now that we've got kind of like some sort of guideline where our eyeshadow is gonna be, we're gonna go in with our actual eyeliner. They use a pencil liner, I feel like, because it's a lot easier. And then the thing that they told me is, so you go in with your pencil liner and it's not gonna be as precise as using like a gel liner, a liquid liner. But that's okay because I mix the concealer and foundation together. You're supposed to go in with that mixture and then you just like correct it. And this is really bad, but I find that I can just use my finger and I can make it more of a straight line. Oh, I forgot to do the little glitter. So I'm gonna go back with this palette and I'm gonna use this glitter, this pink glitter, and I kind of just go in with my finger. I feel like that's a little bit easier than trying to use a brush. And And then for my under eye, I'm gonna use this one. This one is from Amuse. This one I just happened to buy before I did the makeup lesson, but they use something similar like this to kind of do the under eye. They call it Agoside. It's kind of like your under eye bag, I guess, your under eye bag. But if you like highlight it, it kind of makes you look a little cuter, I feel like. You know how like babies, they have a little bit of like the under eye fat? Oh, that's what it is. Not bags, fat, under eye fat. It's like a sign of youthfulness. Just a little bit to kind of like highlight it. Now moving on to the brows. So they just use like a regular like brow pencil, and I'm still using my e.l.f. brow pencil. It's in the shade, I don't remember, but I think it's taupe or something. And the way that they drew it, I still have not been able to master. Oh wait, I forget. So you're supposed to like fill it in with some like eyeshadow a little bit. So I'm just gonna use like something from like my Naked palette. You want to fill in like the bare spots. I think they like kind of drew this out a little elongated, and I still haven't quite mastered drawing my brows in. Okay. Oh no, I don't think I drew it right. They look so sad. I don't know what to do with my brows. I need to go back and watch the video some more. Oh, I forgot to do some mascara. I did buy a different one when I went to Korea. They recommended just something that had a thinner brush. The one that I'm currently using is this one that I got from Dior, and it just has like, this is like a regular brush. So they recommended something that had like a slim brush. So I bought this one. I haven't used it yet because I'm still in the middle of using this one, and I don't want to just like open a new one. So we'll report back on how this one goes. But the main thing that helped me with my eyelashes is curl it a different way. And so apparently I've been curling my eyelashes wrong. They didn't use any like heated things. They did whenever I was doing the photo shoot, but they just used like a regular eyelash curler. I find that going in with a little bit of heat first help it like hold a little bit better. I kind of just like do a couple of swipes before I do the curling with my like actual lash curler. And the way that they do it is okay, so you push up and you clamp, and then you pull down, and then you're like, you pull down as you release your lashes. Okay. And then you just kind of go in with mascara like you normally would. You can do like the zigzag thing. I feel like my lashes, as much as I try, they don't stay curled. For the next step, we're gonna go on to blush. And this is the one that I got from Korea and the one that they use. It's from grwm, and I don't know how to say it, but I think that this one is the blush brush. So it's just like a pretty like light color. And then afterwards, there's still a little bit of like pigment on here, so you can like go around like the rest of your face and like just like add a little bit. I like doing the little like nose thing. I think it's kind of cute. And then lastly, they do contour. And the one that they used on me in Korea was this one. It's a lot lighter, I feel like, than the contour palettes that we have here in the US, because the rationale is like you don't want something to look too starkly like different from your face and like cast too much like a shadow. It looks like a little unnatural. So you just get a little bit of like both. And then they did like just, you know, the edges of my face. I feel like you don't really even see very much of it, but I think that that's the purpose, is like it's just something like that's super like subtle. So moving on to lips now. From Amuse, I got this super cute Hello Kitty collab cheek and lip palette. So it's got 3 colors on here, and it's just so cute. It's like a little flip phone, and it did come with a little makeup brush to use with it. And then I also got these 2. So one is a gloss from grwm, and the other is a tint from grwm. And these weren't the exact colors that they used on me during the makeup lesson because I wasn't able to find them, but these were sort of close-ish, slash they were cheap, so I just wanted to get them. I haven't opened them yet because I have a ton of other lip products that are already open, and I just don't want things to like expire when I open everything. And then this one as well is another lip product from Wake Make, and I just thought that the palette was so pretty, and so I wanted to get it, and it was cheap. I feel like makeup is just like one thing that I just like buy sometimes because it looks pretty. I'm gonna use what I already have open instead of opening my new stuff, but basically what they did was they lined my lips with pretty neutral color, and the one that I have is this one. It's a little bit darker. I don't know if it'll work the same, but they basically like lined my lips and then they smudged it, and then they went over with a tint and then a balm and then tried to create like sort of like an ombre-ish. I feel like the problem for me is that I personally feel like I have pretty full lips. So like on my day-to-day, I like would never line my lips. And then I'm just gonna use this Dior balm. It's like it's their tinted lip balm, which I feel like I really need. My lips are really dry right now. And it's also like in the cool tone palette. It is color Berry. So, and then for the gloss, I'm gonna go in with this. It's their lip glow oil, and it's in the color Raspberry. This will give it like that little shine that it needs. I think that is pretty much it. Oh wait, lastly, setting spray. Everyone was using this. I don't even know really what a setting spray is for, but I just bought it anyways because I guess like at the very end, you want to like set your makeup until you spray this on. I feel like most of that made it onto the floor. A couple of the other things that I did buy when I was in Korea, I bought a bunch of face masks, and then I also bought pimple patches. I got a couple of different ones to try out, but the ones that I typically use are the NextCare one. I also got these at the pharmacy. I saw it on TikTok and that's why I bought it, which, you know, is that a smart thing to do? I don't know, but I have yet to use them yet because I haven't had any like major breakouts yet. So TBD on whether or not these actually are any good compared to what I already use for acne. Then I also got some Laneige on sale at Olive Young, and then this one, I don't know, I just picked it up because it was on sale as well, and I always need lip balm because my lips are so freaking dry. That is pretty much everything that I bought in Korea beauty wise, and that is also my new-ish makeup routine. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.